as you know, I'm against HODL. I think it's a very risky strategy. And as you know, I'm against predicting the future of markets. I don't think it's possible. If you've been on social media the past year, you know how wrong everyone have been. Myself included. I'm not saying I can do it. I'm saying I don't think anyone can. That's why I'm advocating to instead react, take strong action to what actually plays out, because that everyone can do. This is an unpopular message. People don't like it. Every time I say it, half of you watching switch off. That half I don't think will survive in the markets. Today is a dark day in the crypto industry. Bitcoin is down 10%, Ethereum 13%, and 25% since last Friday. And Celsius, almost the only company in this whole industry I trusted, has halted withdrawals. I have some company money on Celsius, so I'm affected. I have some Bitcoin and Ethereum, so I'm affected. Still, I'm very happy today. I'm proud even, because once again my process has saved my rear when I didn't think I needed saving. That means I live another day. I stand stronger than ever, ready to take advantage of this instead as an opportunity. When Luna went down, many of you who have been following for a long time decided to finally take the course, get a process, get tools, and move from an emotional to a methodological approach with your trading or investing, turning a financial life disaster into something positive. And I think today will be another one of those days, because it's from the ashes you can truly transform. Everyone goes through almost the same journey. If I hadn't done some monumental mistakes back in 2017, I would never have been able to come up with this process that has served me so well and now saved me once again today. I will go through it all, but we need to start with Celsius. What happened? First, I don't have any insider insights or anything. I don't know anything more than you do. But from what I could see on Twitter over the past couple of weeks, there has been a coordinated campaign against Celsius, led by one of Celsius' competitors actually. There has been hundreds of messages saying, "Celsius is insolvent, hurry to withdraw your funds before it's too late." And today they seem like heroes, right? But I actually think they caused it. I reacted on one tweet a couple of weeks ago because I felt it was unethical that the guy writing it didn't disclose his affiliation with a key competitor. I don't want to single any specific person out today, but it was quite clear already then. And at that time, I didn't think they would get much traction, but clearly they did. So even if there wasn't a problem when they started, if they get enough people to start withdrawing at the same time, Celsius could get a liquidity problem because they were investing the assets. And then when they have to start selling in large volumes to create liquidity, that typically happens at worse and worse prices until it comes a point where this turns into a real problem. My guess, without knowing anything more than you do, is that this guy is correct. Celsius is most likely illiquid, not insolvent. Big difference. The run on Celsius has dried up Celsius hand reserves, and they now must retrieve the coins that have been rehypothecated. This whole thread actually shows a useful perspective. So I don't think it's hopeless at this point, but it is definitely quite difficult. Because the problem now is trust. How do they get out of this situation, even if there isn't an actual solvency problem? How to reopen withdrawals without everyone jumping at the withdraw button until funds are zero? I don't know. This is quite difficult actually. If this can be sorted out, I really hope and think that they should prioritize the retail investors first. I'm fine to lose the company money I had there, no problem at all, it wasn't much. But wait, why wasn't it much? Didn't I say that I really liked Celsius? Yes, I did. I really like their mission, and I didn't think this would happen. So why didn't I put all my company funds in Celsius for 10% yield or in UST on Anchor for 20% before the Luna crash. Now we're really getting to the juice of today's video. You need to contain the risk on each single individual bet you take. I have a quantification of that, and in my course I have a whole episode on what the mathematically correct number is and why. Because I know that even with the best research, the best people, the best tools, it will still frequently turn out wrong. And then by limiting the maximum downside exposure and giving breathing room for maximum upside, you come out on top. Let me make it even clearer. In my second last TA report 10 days ago, I put the headline Bitcoin smell of reversal ? That was completely wrong. So let's check. June 3rd was at 30,400. It did pump 3 days later to 31,700, but was rejected yet one more time at the upper range boundary, didn't break out, and instead started a streak of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blue candles in a row. Instead of breaking out through the upper range boundary, it crashed through the lower range boundary. Smell of reversal. Completely wrong. Very bad. I must be so wrecked right now. But wait, there's some blue cloud above the candles here. What's that? Oh, that's my magic indicator here. That through some black voodoo arts predicted that this will continue down. If you could only get that indicator, that's all you need, right? No, that's why I don't just make it public, because it's not how it works. In this video I will show you how it works exactly and how come you should not be wrecked in this situation, even if you were wrong about the market direction or timing, like I was here 2 weeks ago. Okay, now they're even sounding the national alarm outside. I guess was quite fitting. Say you have $100 or 100k or 100 million, it doesn't matter. 100 units of money. And say you used it to go all in on Bitcoin at 60k. There was a lot of positive signs in the market here, and this breakout here at 66k was actually a solid entry. So makes sense if you did that. I also thought it would continue up here. The only problem here is that this breakout was a fake. They intentionally ran it above the previous high to get everyone to long, and then ran it down hard. Large online flipped blue here at 49,000 in December. Now let's say you ignore that. You're a diamond hand hodler. You hodl, 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 hodl. Now price is 23,600. Let's say 24,000. Maybe it bounces. So 100 at price 60 times 24. You hodled 40% down. You now have 40 money left of the 100. That is wrecked. And the reason is we were wrong about the direction of the market, right? Wrong. No. Or Solana, why bother with Bitcoin? Why not go all in on the best opportunity in the market? Here, for example, was an ascending triangle. It made sense to go in here at, say, 200 or a little above. So you bought here at hype maximum. Large line flipped blue here. I think 164, but you ignore that. Hodl, 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 hodl. Value investing, diamond hands. Now price is 26.5, let's say 28, maybe it bounced little. 100 at price 200, now 28. So you went all in on the best opportunity, hodl sold 86% down, and you now have 14 coins left. That's wrecked, and the reason is we were wrong about the direction of the market, right? Wrong. No. Now I will show you what the difference is when we were wrong about the reversal here in the second last TA report. Success in the markets is much more about position sizing and execution when things go against you than it is about guessing where the market will go up or down tomorrow. This is not what people want to hear. Just tell me already, is it going up or down? Is this the bottom? Should I buy or sell? And as you've noticed, there is no shortage of people on Twitter or YouTube who are ready to give you that, who are so sure and will tell you what the price will be by the end of the year already. How did that turn out? What I'm saying here is not a popular message. This is not exciting. It doesn't perform on social media. There is no drama. Complex concepts that I'm trying to give you here that actually work but goes contrary to what people want to believe do not perform well on YouTube. It alienates majority of the audience. Then they stop watching, and then YouTube determine that this is a bad video. And then they stop showing the video also to the minority of people who would actually have enjoyed it. And too small share of people click the bell button on YouTube to actually get notified. If you're in the minority, perhaps take the chance to click it. I will still give it a go in this video. Everyone focuses on the indicator because this sure is spectacular results. And so many email me and want to buy access to just the indicator. And I've never done that. I have never sold the indicator alone to anyone. Instead, the indicator comes free with my course membership and my process. The reason is that most people feel they don't need any course. But the truth is that once you see it, you realize you did in fact need it. And you did in fact want it. So this is my trick, if you will. Steve Jobs famously said, "Some people say, give the customers what they want." But that's not my approach. Our job is to figure out what they're going to want before they do. People don't know what they want until you show it to them. Our task is to read things that are not yet on the page. The indicator has been tremendously helpful for me over the years. I wouldn't have cruised through these markets like I have without it. I would have blown out my portfolio on quality altcoins by now. I wouldn't have survived today's carnage with flying colors without it. You have high trust in me, and for that I thank you. But contrary to what everyone believes, the indicator alone wouldn't have been enough. And there are thousands of great indicators. I always joke that if you squint your eyes and try to determine if the chart points up or down, you'll do all right. Even with the indicator, you still need education. You still need to use it right. Let's go back to the situation at hand. Large online is blue. That means I don't make any high confidence, big position size entries. So even where I made a gamble entry, it was fairly small. And then I reacted. The right way to do a gamble entry is this. If I enter with 20% of $100 capital at price 30k and tolerate a 10% drawdown to 27k, that means I lose 10% on that position. I have then $98 left of those 100 after monumentally misreading the market direction. It's this with the process versus HODL this. Both were wrong about the market direction. It's not about that. Or Solana, if you entered at the worst possible time at price 200 with 20% of capital and you held that to price 164, which is almost 20% down, and then you cut it, you have $96 left. It's this versus this. Both were wrong about the market direction. I do have one HODL position as well in my ISK, but that's not a financial decision. That's because I love this industry and I don't want to have zero Bitcoin exposure. That's for fun. And as a side effect, that also solved my risk for FOMO emotion. So that could be a tip maybe. But guys, the juice is that large online is blue. Then I'm not taking any big positions. That's why I survived. Now, while I've been recording this, price is 23,300. Now I'm interested in trying another gamble entry. Now perhaps this has been overextended, so maybe this is the entry. Or maybe we will retest 20k. Just not so far from here now. If you look at this recent part of the chart, this looks very much like a flag now. Then typically this leg of the move will be similar to this leg of the move, which would take us pretty close to 20k. If we look a little further back, this is now a confirmed double top, because now we have broken below the lowest point between the tops. And if we have that target, this distance further down, we get somewhere here, which would be somewhere around 13k. That would be another possibility that would be worth taking an entry if we get there. If we instead zoom in on this detailed price action, I was thinking this might become a double bottom, but it doesn't look like it anymore. And if this would wick back up, that would only confirm if we break above the highest point between the bottoms, which would be here, 32,400, something like that. If that happens, that would be a high confidence entry. Another high confidence entry would obviously be if the trend turns back up. For me, that's proxied by the Larsen line. That would be where I enter with a larger capital position. Same with Ethereum. ETH largely followed BTC for a whole year in this channel. Then it suddenly didn't anymore. It fell out of the channel, giving it a target of around here. Painted this in last week's report. And now today it almost reached. If you were on the ETH USD chart, you got a similar result. Larsen line flipped blue here in January at 3,700, 800 something. Then we got faked once here around the same time as Bitcoin faked us. You tried to get in, got stopped out, or maybe had to sell here when Larsen line turned blue. At maybe 12% loss of that position. Again, not 12% of your capital. If you went in with 20%, 12% of that is 2%, which is fine, because you had a 2,500% uptrend here. Then it went blue again here at around $2,900. Right now price is 1,217, wow. And guys, this color doesn't change retroactively or something. It's not that it back calculates this based on what actually happens. No, if you sat here on 29th of January, it was the same result. UST or Celsius deposit. I think it's an after construction that it was so obvious. It was not obvious that this would happen. It's like any catastrophic event. It seems rather unlikely until it actually happens, and then it seems obvious. But the possibility of it happening is always there. So depositing money needs to also have a contained risk. I have, for example, my personal Bitcoin exposure through a price tracking certificate in my bank. The issuer of that certificate could go bankrupt. It seems unlikely now. If it happens tomorrow, it would seem obvious. Then I lose that money. So I need to contain that too. Sell token. Wow. This was, in my opinion, a good risk reward. I felt they were doing great and could really become the vehicle that takes crypto mainstream to the real billion people, not the million. Maybe they still will, but so far that has not worked out for the sell token. If we zoom in here, we can see that Larsen line flipped blue here at around $6. Then according to the process, you have to take action, no matter what you believe about the fundamentals. Now, price is $0.2. If you can't see the value here of separating the fundamental analysis from what actually happens on the market, I don't know, guys. Frankly, I just don't understand why so many people disagree with me when I say that I think that HODL is a rather risky process when faced with evidence like this. Or look at this one. Someone made this table of 206 altcoins with good tier, strong outperform value, and so on. These percentages here are from yesterday, I think, so the numbers are even less now. Turns out that it almost didn't matter which one you picked, but my process would have saved you in almost every single instance of those 206. I don't want to brag, but that's the truth. Like it or not, and you can see for yourself that it's true. I can't help you if you're not willing to put in the work. Just giving you the indicator wouldn't be enough. You have to take the course. If Bitcoin price holds here around 24,000, I just can't keep this price in BTC. 0.078, 24,000. That's too far off the price. The correct price right now would be about 0.1 BTC. I will give you guys 24 hours from this video goes live, then this price in BTC goes up tomorrow. Just don't fall for any scammers. The only place you can get it is www.ctolarson.com. Everything else is a scam, guys. Don't fall for it. Thank you. If you don't have a process and toolset that works for you today, you do need one. This is my process, it works for me. I'm still alright after the maybe hardest to read year in the market in ages. If you find something better, definitely use that instead. Then that's worth a lot of money and I will happily pay you a fortune for it. So far, I still haven't found anything better. That is not a guarantee for the future. Perhaps the future won't mirror the past. But there are chances that it will rhyme. And I have at least tried to only base the process on things I doubt will change, like based on human behaviors. The course is also moderately funny at a couple of places. The only thing that is not funny is that I look older in the most recent episode I recorded than in the first episode. That is not funny. Not funny! Jokes aside, if you've had a bad day, I'm sorry. I feel for you. I've been there too in the past. Take the time to lick the wounds, to heal. But then turn it into something positive. Forge it. Emerge from the ashes, stronger than ever. Thank you, tack. CTO Larsson out. Hej då.